No, finally, they can hear my voice.
All right, arithmetic sequences. And this will probably be the most writing you have to do is actually writing out what it is. So what an arithmetic sequence is, it's a list, it's a fancy word for a list of numbers. That's all it is. It's a list of numbers that follow a pattern. Now, the pattern, though, has to be using addition or subtraction only. So when you're looking at the pattern or when you're looking at a list of numbers to figure out if it's arithmetic or not, the pattern has to be like +3, +3, +3, so on and so forth, or -5, -5, -5. If it's not one of those, then it's not arithmetic, and that's literally all you're doing today is looking to see if there's a pattern or not. Yes, Atreyu.
Can it be like +1 and then -1?
No. It has, good question. It has to be adding or subtracting the same number every single time. So it has to be +1, +1. It can't be plus.
It can't be like +1, +2, +3.
No, it has to be the same number. That's a really good question. So no, it can't be +1, +2, +3, +4. It has to be adding the same number every single time.
If there's a single different number or sign,
gone. It's not. Yep. So I'm going to jump right straight into examples. Okay, first example, and actually there's going to be 3 of them that have the same exact directions. All it's going to ask you is, oh, I forgot one thing. So if you have an arithmetic sequence and you have like the pattern, we'll say the pattern number, which I guess that's a really bad way. Whatever you're adding or subtracting by, like that pattern, is called the common difference. And I hate that they say it difference because then you're going to think that it always has to be subtraction, but it's not. So it's the common difference, whatever number, and they use the letter D for that, for difference. So today, a lot of your assignment is going to be you looking at lists of numbers and figuring out, is it arithmetic, yes or no? If it's arithmetic, what's the pattern pretty much? Like if it asks for the common difference, it's asking, what's the pattern? So for these next 3 examples, all I want you to think about is this arithmetic? And if it is, we're going to figure out what the common difference is, which in order to figure out if it's arithmetic or not, you're going to have to figure out if there's a pattern anyway. So let's see here. We've got some numbers that we're going to list out. What if I gave you 26, 39, 52, 65, 78, and then you're going to see this today, this comma, dot, dot, dot. That means whatever's going on here is going to continue. That dot, dot, dot means to be continued.
No,
it's not +3. Ooh.
Wow.
Yikes.
What is that?
So, in order for it to be arithmetic, the pattern has to be using addition or subtraction only. So how do you go from 26 to 39? Add 13. Now, you have to make sure this works for all the numbers they give you. So to go from 39 to 52, it's +13. To go from 52 to 65, you would have to add 13. To go from 65 to 78, you would add 13. So since we are adding the same number every single time, yes, this is arithmetic, and the common difference is 13. So your answers today will be yes or no. If it's yes, you're going to tell me what the difference is. Yeah. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay, let's take a look at another list. What if I gave you 1, 3, 9, 27, dot, dot, dot. The dot, dot, dot means just whatever's going on there would continue. Would this be arithmetic? No. Why not? What is the pattern though? There is a pattern going on here. Timesing by 3. So this is where you have to be careful. You're going to find some that do have patterns, but we are timesing by 3. These patterns today can only be add or subtract. So any questions? Yeah.
We don't have to put the original difference before it changes, right? We just have to put like 9 before the 1.
Well, like I would do this. From 1 to 3 would be add 2. From 3 to 9 would be add 6. The minute I find that it's not the same, it's a no. Okay?
I don't even have to put like.
Nope. All right, last example on this type. What if I gave you 5, 1, -3, -7, ... I gave you that pen. Put it to use. Okay, here's.
What the answer was.
Okay, so I gave you 5, 1, -3, -7. So how do you get from 5 to 1? -4. 1 to -3. -4. Let's cross fingers. -3 to -7. -4. Ugh. So yes, this is arithmetic, and your D is -4. I told you guys, easy peasy. One more little thing, and this is still easy. It's going to look like a story problem, but it's an easy story. It's like the easiest of all story problems. So here's the last example. This one has a little bit of writing too. So the cost of renting a bike is given. Okay, we're going to draw a table out. Given the cost to rent a bike, and I'm going to tell you that it's arithmetic, what is the cost of renting the bike or renting a bike for 10 days? So we're going to write out a table here, and it's going to give you the cost of renting a bike for a couple of days. I want to know if this pattern continues, which I'm telling you it's arithmetic, so it will. What would the cost of renting a bike be for 10 days? So here's my table. Here's the number of days, and here's the cost. That says days. Here's days. Cost. And after 1 day, for only 1 day, it costs $26. For 2 days, it costs $38. For 3 days, it costs $50. And for 4 days, it costs $62. And this would continue. So I'll put a little ... So I want to rent a bike for 10 days. Maybe we're going to Mackinac Island and it's the only way to get around and I need a bike for 10 days. Seems like a long time to be on Mackinac Island, but that's okay. So if I want to figure out what the cost would be for 10 days, how would I do that? Or what could I do to figure out the cost of renting a bike for 10 days? Atreyu.
When you do 62 plus 26 and then whatever that is plus 26 and take 10.
No.
What do you mean no?
Faith.
Would you find the difference and continue going all the way up?
Yes, figure out what the pattern is. So what's the pattern? You're going up by 12 each time. So every day you are adding 12.
Why would it cost more? You're adding it up. No, why would it cost 26 in the first day, but then only willing to add $10, $12 the next day?
It's kind of like the active, it's kind of like when you, that cable bill or whatever, like if you only, it's like you still have to charge, they're charging you not only per day, but also the initial cost to rent the bike. So if you rent something, normally you get a discount if you rent it for multiple days. Like usually it's cheaper instead of like,
Well, I didn't know that. It's the universe for renting a bike.
just FYI, sometimes it's not going to be 26, 26, 20, it's not going to be 26 each day. The first day is going to be $26. The second day, it's only going to be $38 because it's not going to charge you the initial amount, maybe for the paper, I don't know, paperwork and all that fun stuff. So what do we need to do here? We need to kind of do a little bit of work, but not too much. What's it cost to rent a bike for 5 days? 74. Because we discontinue the pattern. Oh, stop it. I just told you that it's arithmetic and it continues. What's the cost on the 6th day? 86. 7th day? 98. Here we go. 8th day? 110. 9th day? 122. And finally on 10 days? $134.
$134.
If you want to rent a bike for 10 days and this continues, it would cost you $134 to rent a bike. Ooh, for $134?
I actually got my last
Wait,
what
Bikes are expensive.